Hey, what is going on, my Onward people? Welcome to VRML 2. That's right, we've graduated. We've gone from 3 to 2, and we're excited to be here. Season 13, Week 1. Onward. Excited. I know I am. And I've got my very good friend and co-host with me tonight, LordVisceral. How's it going, LV?
It is going great. I'm excited for the new season to kick off here, and we are going to bring you some awesome action from LatinForce versus Alchemist tonight.
Well, two formidable teams going head-to-head, and I'm super excited to see what they're going to bring to the table. What can you tell us about these two teams here, LV?
These two teams have faced each other one time in the past. Last season, in Season 12, we did see LatinForce versus Alchemist, and here we are seeing this again, ready for the rematch between these two teams here, and LatinForce looking to, reclaim that title between the two.
Should be an interesting matchup tonight. Both teams, I know people on both teams. I know more of the people on Alchemist, to be honest with you. But we have ourselves gone up against LatinForce, and they are a formidable team to go up against, I must say. Let's take a quick look and see what kind of lineups they have on both teams. We're going to go through the rosters for both teams, give us an idea of who could be on the field tonight. For those that don't know, there's only 5 members on the field for each team at a time, but they do have a roster of potentially 8 people each to choose from, so you can have that sub opportunity out there as well. So LatinForce, and you're going to have to bear with me with these pronunciations because I'm not too awful good with this, but we're going to do our best, and we might be shortening up some of these during game time. We have Carlos Pipiete, El Vada Perez, Marco Stereo, Palencia 4, El Argentino, Gaiotti 01, and Ivan's 123 over there for LatinForce. Who we potentially got over there for Alchemist, Selvey?
For Alchemist, we have Mech 4525. We got Ninja Salad. We've got Fletcha, Illumi Sniper, Laughing Coffin 1, Llama of Death, and Squid God.
Fun. It's going to be fun. Like I said, only 5 members on the field at a time, but good to see trades, a little sub-out action going on. Sometimes they hold certain players for certain maps or certain situations, like snipers, for instance, for those longer range maps. And those guys are quick snap shooters for the post-quarter maps like Cargo. So you could see some trades going on depending on what maps we're going to see tonight. Talking about maps, why don't we go down and find out what we're going to be looking at for bans tonight, people? So what do you think bans are going to come out on these two teams? I don't know if you've had an opportunity to take a look at the stats there, LV, but what do you think the bans are going to be tonight?
So, based on the history between the two teams, in that last matchup, we did see Abandoned come out as the first pick for LatinForce, and they were able to take that map from Alchemist. So what I'm expecting here is to see a Abandoned ban from Alchemist. They don't want to try that map again, knowing that they did lose it last time. For LatinForce, I'm expecting a close range map from them. As a ban coming here, just trying to kind of cut out some of Alchemist's strong map pick there.
Well, let's take a look. Let's see what LatinForce is putting down as their ban. Good call there from LV, nailing it. Cargo off the table tonight. LatinForce coming in with a cargo ban. Very, very close quarters map, and obviously they aren't as competent, or I should say confident rather, on that closer quarter map, and they think that maybe Alchemists have got more what it takes for that close quarters. So that explains a lot what LV just explained there. And then we're going to be looking at a massively nailed it by LV there, LordVisceral, putting it down on the table and saying, yes, that's the map right there. Abandoned put down as a ban from the Alchemist. Taking that mid to long range map off the table. Abandoned can be kind of an interesting map, don't you think, LV?
Yeah, it has a little bit of both, but it's like the range that you see on a map like Downfall with a lot more cover on it. And so with that in mind, the kind of longer range, get a little bit of cover in there, I'm expecting LatinForce to go with a similar map for their first map pick. So I'm gonna put my money down on a quarantine, maybe even a downfall for map number 1 here.
Okay, well, let's take a look and see where we're going. Map 1. See if LV can put it in the bag here. What do you think? Where do you think we're going? Map 1, people. Let's take a look here.
I'm sorry, what?
And LV yet again. Called it. Nice job, LV. Yeah, we're going in to Downfall, what I consider one of the longest range maps and most open maps available in the map selection this season. And it looks like the lobby is starting to populate. We've got 3 on each squad right now. And we've got here. Names in over here real quick.
Definitely in for an interesting fight on this map. A lot more experience in the history for LatinForce on this map. But both teams have put on some fantastic scores in recent matches with Downfall. Both teams coming in with approximately a 3/4 win rate. Both around the mid to upper 70% win rates on Downfall. So I think we can expect some spicy plays and some close calls on this map today.
Yeah, Downfall's a tough one. Like I said, it's very open, it's very long range. Snipers are going to have an absolute field day on this one. I'm not too sure who the snipers are on these teams, to be honest with you. Let's just take a quick look. I know Llama's pretty good with that sniper rifle over there on Alchemists. Not too sure who the sniper lineup would be for LatinForce, to be honest with you.
I know we faced them in the past. Trying to remember who was it that was rocking the marksman class over there. Oh, was that Valde? We'll have to wait and see as we get into the round. Looks like the teams are starting to fill up here. Just waiting on one more from LatinForce.
So it looks like we've got a lineup for Alchemists tonight of Ninja Salad, Laughing Coffin, Mech, Llama of Death, and Squid God over there. And it looks like so far we've got for LatinForce, we've got Carlos, Valde, Gaiotti, and Placente. I'm never going to pronounce that right. We're going to do our best. Looks like we're waiting for one more. Downfall, one of, like I said, the larger maps, and some of these objectives you can capture them within buildings, even though the objective is the outside of the building. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump down to the map real quick here. Just explain a few things for those new players, new viewers rather, that aren't too familiar with the game and the setup. So let's get down to the map and I'll kind of explain a few. Okay, so Onward is a objective-based game. This here is what we refer to as the OBJ. It's an uplink, it's a little satellite dish. The objective of the MARSOC team, which is your blue team here, is to get to the objective and type in a 7-digit code, which is located on a tablet, which is located on the back of the player. They have to memorize that 7-digit code, go to another page on the tablet and type that 7-digit code in to win the round and score 2 points. However, if they in fact kill all of our Vault players, that's a team up there, they will score 1 point. So the objective is to try and score the 2 points, of course, but if you can definitely get that 1 point on the board, it's always good. Unfortunately for the Vault team, there's no 2 points to be had. It's a 1 point or nothing. The Vault's team game is to basically defend the objective, the uplink, OBJ, here, this satellite dish, from the MARSOC team from putting that code in, or killing all of the MARSOC players. It's a 6-minute round, and it's a first team to 4, basically. So it can happen real quick, it can happen real fast. We could go into 3 rounds, we could go to 7. Gonna be interesting. Let's take a quick look. Looks like Mako is our final player in there for LatinForce, guys. We're hopefully ready to rock and roll as soon as they are. Let me just get you up here and just give you a quick look around of Downfall. As you can see, big map. Just look at that beautiful sunset. Be a great place to vacation. There wasn't bullets flying around. And here we go. We're going into round 1, guys. We do have comms, which is great. Okay, let's see what our guys are going to be doing here in our Vault players for their defensive strategies. It looks like Mech is crossing over to lower red truck. It looks like Squid's taking objective building there. I'm going to see a conflict here up on the north. Shots coming out already from Carlos. Nothing making contact quite yet. Nothing making contact. We've got a single player sliding in down the South Valley here. Gayotti is
Latin. LatinForce making a slow approach here as they took some positions up, kind of spreading themselves out and just waiting for the rest of their team to get into position here. The defense is mostly tight, but there is one holding part of South Llama. Some shots coming out from Valde. Looks like onto Llama's position, perhaps? At least towards Center Hotel. They're not sure if they're fully able to identify Llama's position behind the hotel.
Yeah, they're really coming in slow. But Downfall's one of those maps you really have to be careful for the crosses because it's very open. You have to kind of use the terrain and the buildings for cover. And when you're trying to make crosses on this map, it's real tough, LV.
Absolutely. And Alchemist just doing a good job of holding their lines and waiting, hoping LatinForce makes a mistake on one of these crosses. There are a couple of LatinForce, Placencia and Guiote, have both made it to Upper Dumpster, mostly uncontested. The first thing they're going to have to deal with here is likely Squid God, who's trying to keep an eye on the south. They'll have to get past the kind of lower dumpster area before they'll be in his line of fire.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and the Alchemists are really stuck in the wall. The Alchemists are really holding their spots right now. I mean, that's really the only way you can really hold down a lot of these objectives from Downfall is don't get too peaky. You get too peaky, you get shot in the face. Again, really, they're being very methodical with this push. I think Mech is going to be the first point of contact here. West. 2 minutes and 54 seconds on the clock, and really, none of the LatinForce guys are really anywhere near the objective right now. We're way past half point when it comes to...
Valde has broken off and has decided to take the ridgeline in the very far south. And with only 2.5 minutes left, that is a dangerous place to be for Marsoc. Especially 5v5, they're not likely to see a full team wipe, with Alchemist being so careful to not peek out and get picked off. That's kind of a dangerous play there, perhaps hoping he can at least draw some fire and get members to move in. Speaking of, Laughing Coffin has identified his position.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to be their designated marksman. He was hoping to get some picks up on the hill, but I don't think it's going to pan out for him, LV.
And what do we have for weaponry here? Valde bringing an LMG, the good M243, one of my preferred weapons, ready to spray down some 200-round box drums onto the battlefield.
Looks like Carlos is making the push to Red Truck, followed by Marco here, and the lasers bouncing all over Red Truck. I think they've been located, and if that's been called in, Mech knows it's coming. Mech is Got some lasers just crossing.
Yeah, Ninja's laser just honed in on Moko, but with that tree in the way, just not quite able to identify him there.
Oh, and Llama of Death finds the first kill of the match on a Carlos. I think Carlos out of the
down
picture.
to just over a minute left, and we're now down to a 5v4. LatinForce.
Oh, Mech misses all of those shots. Oh, and that Mech does get that kill. I thought it was a trade there for a second. Placing gets Squid. And all of a sudden we're a 3-on-4 in favor of Alchemist.
And Guiotti has moved up and is now smoking the objective building, with Placencia smoking out Llama's position. They're setting themselves up for a good little push here. They're going to have to be worried about those lasers from the likes of Llama and Mechs. They're not quite covered up by the smoke.
Oh, crossing lasers. I wasn't too sure it was going to get the kill on Goody, but Ninja Salad pops the shots and takes Goody out of the action. Let's find out what's going on with Valdez.
Down to only 15 seconds left and 2 members of LatinForce. It is rush time as they both just bolt their way north, trying to make something happen here, as they just get picked apart by the carefully planned defense from Alchemist.
That's point on the board for Alchemists there, guys. Wow.
What began as a slow round ends in chaos as they get down to that minute and a half, and LatinForce just make that final push. And that's what Alchemist was waiting for. And they had that late defense set up with that just zone of death with all of those lasers crossing each other. That was a well-planned defense from Alchemist. You can tell that they have practiced that objective and they knew that they could trust their teammates to hold the line.
Exactly. What do you think was going through LatinForce's mind there on that very, very slow push into the objective? It just seems like they were holding for something to happen and it never happened. What do you think was going through their minds out there?
You know, we've been seeing that a lot lately in the league play, where teams will just use the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game to slowly get into position, look for picks on the defense players, get folk down in the numbers disadvantage, and use that last minute to minute and a half for the kind of blitz onto the objective. And it's been seeing some success. It saw a lot of success for a lot of teams in the championship matches at the end of season 12. And so I think that's kind of what they're trying to recreate here, and what Alchemist was prepared for.
So you were thinking they were hoping for like some chaos to ensue at the last like 30 to 60 seconds of the match to give them the upper hand, perhaps. Get back down for round 2, guys.
We've got a different spawn coming out from Alchemist, starting much more south-focused. We will see if they opt to kind of push in directly here, or take a little bit of time, spread out, and try and get a flank going. Looks like it is the latter, as they kind of split off in east and west directions. Ninja with a great pickup, downing Guiote on the other side of the map, out in the open. That is going to be a dangerous res to get off, but he is still resable, which means he can make those call-outs.
Yeah, Ninja Salads is an absolute killer across map with it. Gets a great initial shot right out of the spawn, and gets him basically ahead of the game here. We've got Laugh and Coffin down in the South Valley, just spider crawling out of the valley, trying to see if we can get a pick. We did see that res come in from Mako onto Coyote, which is
some good comms from Guiote, letting him know that it was kind of a safer time to get the res off. That res is going to be short-lived at this point. It looks like Llama and Mech are going to be finding Guiote almost immediately. He makes it into cover before the lasers come on him.
Tell me when you've got window covered.
Very close call for Guiote there.
Ayote just stuck right now in the... Ooh, Cody does get one down on Mech from Upper Red Truck. Can he get Llama of Death? Comes around and absolutely destroys Llama of Death from second story of Upper Red Truck. For somebody that was just down just seconds ago. Got a couple of kills in there. Great job, Coyote.
Yeah, an excellent assist from Moko with the res there. Now able to put it up to 3v5 in LatinForce's favor. Things are looking grim for Alchemist, but they do still have a little over 4 minutes left. So if they can regroup here, they will try and take this out. Laughing Coffin able to pick up Carlos across the map. That is going to help even things out.
Well, Ninja goes down to Marco. Great shooting there. Again, Downfall's kind of a tough map. It's really, in my mind, it's very Volk weighted because all Volk really have to do is hide in windows and shoot at people. Not that I'm saying that you don't see caps here, but it is very Volk weighted because you do really, all you have to do is hold angles, stay in buildings, and shoot at people trying to make crosses to your particular objective, Elvin.
Absolutely, and Downfall is definitely one of the maps that helped coin the term Volk Advantage. A lot of teams do consider that the game overall does weigh a little bit more towards Volk than Marsoc with most maps, and this is one of the prime examples of that here.
Yeah, Laughing
Coffin. Yeah.
Oldipus has got to be hearing all of these footsteps from the other side of this building. He's just tucked it into that little garage, right? Sure. Coffin has any idea that he's there. I'm going to go with no, to be honest. Valde is not making any sound whatsoever, but he's got to be hearing everything from Coffin here. Coffin comes around that corner and Valdes peeks it at the right time. It's going to be all over for Coffin, and he makes it past. Valdes panics and shoots him through the window. Coffin's down and out.
A great hold from Valde, just keeping it quiet, not giving away that position, letting him get past and shooting him right in the back. Leaves it all down to Squid God, who sees Moko but not able to pick up the kill. Now LatinForce is going to be well aware of where this remaining Alchemist is.
Yeah,
with Guiote kind of behind him here, is not looking good for Squid.
Yoko was staying very quiet on there and kept his head down. Did a great job. Now there's the lasers bouncing all over Squid right now. Squid is kind of stuck behind this broken wall. He's just trying to get a pick and nothing is coming in. And Guiote's just holding his aerial. Nice grenade. Unfortunately, not quite long enough. Just on the wrong side of the wall. Otherwise, that would have been game over for Squid there. The problem is they know that Squid's here. All they need to do is pin him here for the next, minute and 30 seconds, and he can't go anywhere. He can't even get up. Gets up, he's gonna be. Squid does get a shot out on Marco though. Nice shooting there, Squid. That was pretty nice. But all these guys need to do, everybody knows he's there. You see all these lasers just bouncing over his location. He can't even stand up. He stands up and he's gonna expose his head. He's trying to crouch. He's trying to back out. Will he get out of here past his truck? No, look at those laces all over him. Vente gets the kill shot on Squid. That's a point on the board. Our LatinForce guys.
LatinForce tying things up here 1-1.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I've got to say that, again, they held their spots just like the Volk team needed to do. And Alchemist is trying to push in a little quicker. Didn't quite pay off for them. Not too sure what was going through their mind there, LV. What do you think?
Yeah, it seemed like they were trying a very similar tactic, but Alchemist was able to get a couple of very good picks in the north there. LatinForce just, with that res onto Guiote, I don't think Alchemist expected him to be there, because they thought they killed him on the cross. They thought they were a little safer than they were. When that res came out and he was able to set up at Upper Red Truck, that just really picked apart that push from Alchemist in the north.
I think you're exactly right there. Guiote, they just didn't expect him to be there, and he just absolutely picked them apart there in the northwest. upper red truck was definitely a kill spot for him right there, and I think that was the turning point where we started to think about Alchemist. We do have a change here on the objective. We just like flip flopping just a little bit. Okay. This one right here, you can cap on the other side of this wall, and I was informed that you can cap inside this building here if you want. You can cap inside the building by this window. Interesting stuff. But let's get down there for round 3.
Here we go, boys. Hugs. Let's go, everyone in.
LatinForce getting the northeast spawn here. Definitely going to affect what plays they run. Looks like we're going to see a very similar defensive setup from the first round for Alchemist, as they just kind of spread to their original positions.
Dropped out already from Plense. Plense gets Llama to death right out of the spawn.
That is going to be a great pickup for LatinForce.
I think he may have spotted another one. Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish, but I think he may have spotted somebody else down here. Well, possibly Ninja.
Which corner? Right here.
Looking and sounding like they had seen Laughing Coffin, but Laughing Coffin able to rotate out of there towards the objective building, group up with Ninja. LatinForce still fanning out. Valde opting to take the South Ridge again, this time right away. Looking to do some overwatch there with that LMG.
Well, still an upper red truck, just giving a little overwatch to the objective. Probably calling in anything he sees. I'm not sure he's getting too much intel from here right now, but he's keeping eyes open just in case he sees anybody moving around down there. This spot here right now by Squid, that's a nice little off-meta spot right there. Down in the sandbags by the downed helo. I don't think anybody's going to
You can't get too peeky though, because he's kind of right in the line of sight for Carlos. He's going to have to be careful with when and how he takes a look at what the surroundings are doing for him. But Cincy making a strange, very eastern rotation here. Definitely seeing a repeat of the slow, methodical push from the first round from LatinForce. The main difference this time is they were able to get one of the Alchemist members right off the bat, and being up 5-4 is going to make that a lot easier of a task for them.
We're already almost halfway through the timer here, and again, they've pushed up to almost exactly the same spots they were on their previous Marsoc round, where they just seem to hold the entire time. We've got Plense and Carlos both in upper red truck here, just holding again. Smoke's coming in to objective now. Maybe they're going to make the push a little earlier this time and not leave it so late. Coyote pushing into North Bungalow here. Nade was close, but not close enough from Coyote there on North.
Valde trying to light up Llama's position where he was holding the first round, but Llama was the one that went down, and so there is no one in that building. I'm just kind of trying to lay down some fire there, but not going to connect with anybody.
Are finally making the push down to lower red truck, and it looks like Carlos has made it to the wall just outside lower red truck. Bounced off or something. That was very odd. And
but look at Placencia.
Yeah, I was just about to come down and check him out, and Squid gets the kill on him. And Carlos may be coming into the same lane of fire down here. Guard building down here. This if he crosses the same line of fire, this could be the end of him. There's that spot that we were talking about from Squid. He's got the line on it from him. Yep,
yeah, and it seems like Guiote thought that fire was coming from the helicopter. That's where he's kind of calling out and looking now, not expecting Squid to be in the sandbags here. Ooh, Laughing Coffin almost going down on a rotation with shots coming in from Valde in the south. That's definitely going to draw some attention away from Carlos with this north push. still in danger from Squid, with Gyote unaware that that's where those shots are coming from.
Yeah, Carlos just got called out by Squid, and the shots came in, and Carlos went down in guard building. And just as I get onto Val, cast his curse right there, Ninja gets a kill on Val.
30.
And while Moko is giving his position away to Mech without knowing it, Mech just sitting there waiting for Moko to come around this corner.
Mech taking out Moko there, unfortunately. Oh, Coyote crashing on Squid's position. I'm thinking those 2 kills that Squid got really gave away his position there. But that was a nice off-meta little location. Did him well. Coyote being the last member for the Marsakian team up, trying to make the push now. Now he's, for the people that don't know, this is a VR, virtual reality game. Coyote right now is laying down in his play space to get this close to the ground and crawl like that. This game is just absolutely amazing. So he's having to get down on the ground with his gun to get to that prone position, get shots off over to Mech, but nothing lands. He does make it to the helo.
Only 30 seconds left. He is going to have to make the play here. And that is a dangerous cross with Mech watching him from the south.
And Mech gets that kill. Another point on the board. The Alchemists.
We continue to trade bulk rounds here on Downfall, and LatinForce is going to lose that battle if that's all that happens. LatinForce needs to take a Marsoc round, or this map is just going to end with Alchemist winning.
And I'm thinking that's what Alchemists are planning for. They're just holding. They are very good at holding their spots as Vault players and not getting too peaky and just playing it out. Because like you said, all they have to do is win their Vault rounds and they win the map. LatinForce really have to do something special when it comes to their Marsoc rounds to bring this back. What do you think was going through LatinForce's minds on that push? Again, it seemed to be very slow and methodical right up until the last, like, gosh, maybe 2 minutes. And then it was like almost like they panic pushed.
Yeah, they lost a few members to that off-meta spot by Squid, and that was ultimately what ended up doing them in, I think, because they were set up in an excellent position to kind of pincer in north and south, and if they had been able to identify Squid's position even after the first kill and take him out, they would have been in a much better position with, 2 members pushing in the north and 2 pushing from the south. But the sneaky little sandbag position that he took was just a complete shutdown for their entire north push.
Let's get down there for the next round. Round 4, people. Here we go.
We see mirror spawns, with Alchemist also spawning in the northeast. Based on past history here, I'm expecting Ninja Salad to get a peek immediately, trying to take out the, defense from LatinForce as they're getting into position here.
Not hearing or seeing any pre-fire, which is very unusual. I was expecting to see and hear some
Mech
pre-fire.
and Llama posting up, but LatinForce able to get behind cover in time to not lose anybody immediately.
Wody throwing smokes here at North Bungalow to try and make that cross in, but all that good. Wody gets a kill on a Ninja Salad from that North Bungalow.
That is a prime meta position right there. A lot of pro players will say that whoever takes that building has advantage for the rest of the map. And Ryoti just recognizing that, getting into position and getting an excellent pick early onto Ninja. And now Alchemist is going to have to deal with that building before they can do anything in the north.
Here's the thing, they all know that he's in there at that point. I mean, Squid's got lasers all over the place here. They know he's in there. Oh, Wody takes another llama and a death goes down. Actually goes down by Sente. Gertie just downing him. Squid knows he's in there, but they're gonna have to dig him out. Like you said, it is a killer spot. And Squid's going in. He's going in hard and shoots Squody in the back. So that's that
Excellent.
north bungalow cleared out. They dug that man out.
Absolutely, an excellent pick from Squid, but it did cost them. He was able to get 2 members of that team before they were able to take him out of there, and that is going to set up LatinForce with a 4v3 lead. And now I think their move is just going to be to tuck in and wait for Alchemist to make a mistake.
That's the play, really. I mean, that's the Volk play on this map. Period. Is they need to tuck in. They need to get their point, and then they're going to need to pull something off as their Marsoc round to be able to take this map. Because, like you said earlier, if they just keep trading these Volk rounds, they're going to lose their map pick.
Mech identified on the cross from upper to lower red truck, but he is able to make that without taking too much damage from Placencia. The 3 remaining Alchemist members spreading themselves out north, center, and south. Squid laying down fire on common meta positions, but nobody is there, so in the end it's mostly just wasted bullets. But with as open as this map is, clearing those locations is crucial, as it's often too late by the time you identify someone is in there. You're already getting shot at.
Exactly. Gunshots coming out on Carlos, trying to take Mech out. Unfortunately, no shots land. Let's flip in a new magazine to his weapon, and Mech's got lasers coming in through this door on Carlos's location. Carlos is kind of jammed in the corner here, and Mech gets those shots. Nice shooting, Mech.
An interesting push from Squid God. It looked like he was shooting the ground as he was rushing in, almost like he was trying to distract on his way in. With only 1 person left in the south, that didn't really gain him anything.
Ooh, Laughing Coffin taking Mako out of the equation, and we're down to a 1 versus 2.5. And this could be an interesting engagement here with Vlad and Laughing Coffin. It's going to be a matter of, I don't think Laughing Coffin knows that he's inside the church here.
Unless Valdi makes a mistake and makes some noise, he's going to go down quick.
Yeah, he hears all the footsteps from Laughing Coffin. This the new iteration of Onward. Unfortunately, it's very hard to be quiet these days. Coffin decided to go around the other side of the building. Taking a push up to the east, unfortunately into the line of sight of Vlades. Police taking Vlades down on a team kill afterwards. Good job. Another point on the board.
Another Volk round.
Oh, Volk, Volk, Volk.
This is LatinForce's attempt at Marsoc again with a new objective, this time changing sides of the map, not a little shift here in objective. The far east objective is going to definitely change how the map progresses. The key points in the center of the map are still going to be the same important key points, but we're, instead of attacking east to west, we're going to see some west to east action. Definitely going to shake things up here as LatinForce makes one of the last attempts they're likely to get this map to put a Marsoc point on the board before we just trade Volk rounds to an Alchemist win on map 1.
It's going to be a tough one. This is not an easy one to attack. As you can see, it is very much in the open. Why is that camera not safe? It's very much in the open. The only really good way to get in here is smokes. And if the Marsoc team can get plenty of smoke in here and then make the crosses into the smoke, then they may have a chance of getting that Marsoc win, which is really what they need. But on the flip side, capping is not the only option. They could just kill all the Alchemist guys. And as you can see, there's not a lot of spaces to defend this. You've got some in the stables. You've got some areas you can be in stables. Otherwise, you're off. Get down to the game field because we're going into the next round. Round Round
Not a very
5.
far spawn from LatinForce, spawning all the way in the southwest here.
Okay.
And have a long push to
people
get to the
pushing
objective.
south side, don't get caught up, right? If you can't make it to your spot, that's fine. Don't get killed.
Okay. And Mech telling people, you know, just get into your spots. Get into your spots. If you can't get to your spots safely, find something else. Just don't die. Because that's what they got to do. They just need to hold this down. Looks like Llama's taken objective building, and we've got Crater Bungalow for Laughing Coffin. Valencia taking Ninja Salad down there on the south. Carla's taken Squid. We're all of a sudden a 5 on 3.5.
It's a dangerous place for Alchemist to be, because if LatinForce can get the cap, then the map's over. Capturing that objective worth 2 points. Both teams within striking range of ending the map here. If LatinForce can take this map with a cap, then it would be done 4-2. Either way, they do need to take this round if they want to secure themselves the map.
Now look at a south push. Palencia taking another Laughing Coffin. Just absolutely destroyed there. Over in that Crater Bungalow.
Down to a 4v2. Ninja not likely to be picked up. 3v2 now. Mech with a great pickup in the south.
Not too sure if Marco knows where those shots came from. It looked like he was shooting towards the stables, not knowing that Mech is behind the tank. So Mech might get the drop on him. Unfortunately, misses all those shots. And now he's probably aware that Mech is by the tank. So Mech is kind of stuck there because there's not very many places he can retreat to safely. And it looks like LatinForce are taking full control of this this southwest corner. Let's see, in the tower. Mech is out in the open and gets absolutely punished for it by Mecha. Llama of Death does take Mecha down on the instant reflag. Places takes Llama of Death down. And that is a Marsoc win. First one for LatinForce. My guys, this could go to LatinForce.
Yeah, that is exactly what they needed there. Like we were saying, they needed to lock in a Marsoc round, and they just did quite handily. An excellent push from LatinForce there, just tearing apart the defense from Alchemist.
Exactly.
But now,
that's what they needed. Now they've got an opportunity to just bury in and not get peaky and take this map.
yeah, now they have the tall order of defending the objective they just attacked successfully. And again, Alchemist is still in range with the cap of winning. And so this could still go either way. It was very, very in Alchemist's favor until last round, but LatinForce picking up that point is just going to throw everything to the wind here. Will we see a Volk round like we've seen so many times? Will this one go Marsoc again and bring us into a round 7? Stay tuned, because we're in for some exciting end of downfall action here.
You can't beat a round 7 a map decider. You know what's better than a round 7 map decider? That's a map 3 decider, round 7 decider. That's the only way you can trump that.
Absolutely, when it really comes down to it, the last map, the last round, and these teams are very equally matched with each other, so we could still see that later tonight.
Let's get down for the next round, guys. Round 6 underway. See what our LatinForce's guys are going to do for their defense on this. Are they going to get crazy and push? Are they just going to try to hunker down and get the point on the board and the map win? I would assume they're going to try and hunker down, but let's see what that spread's like. We have got Saudi taking a hard push southwest. Interesting. Going
looks
all
like he's
the way.
going for that ridge line that he has used in many previous rounds here. I mean, an interesting play for a Volk side.
And not only that, with an LMG. You'd expect somebody up here with the 12 times, but no, he's rocking the LMG with just a hollow, I believe, on those. No, he's got a 4 times. He's rocking a 4
here's
times
his
on that.
plan. Here's his plan. He's expecting a canyon push like they used against Alchemist just last round, and he is trying to stop that with a flank, because nobody pushing towards the objective from canyon is going to be expecting somebody back here.
Wood's already gone
Unfortunately,
down.
with a northwest spawn from Alchemist, it's going to be a long time before anybody comes through this canyon, if they ever do at all.
And unfortunately, Alchemist has already lost one. Wood going down early. Ninja trying to make the push in through middle, which might be the play on this. They got a completely different spawn, so they're coming in a completely different way. And you know what they say, that people defend how they attack, and vice versa. And like you said, they were expecting something to come in from South Valley, and nothing is coming from South Valley right now. Alchemists are well spread out. Look at that.
We
Look
might
at that
see
line.
Mech take that canyon, so Valde's position might still pay off.
Mech is in the valley there. There is a, if you take a look at the map, they are literally crossing the map in a line right now.
That is an excellent play for a lot of linear and small maps. For this one, it very well might serve them well, but it does mean that the north and south most pushers are going to have to move a little quicker if they want to match their center push teammates for tempo.
Llama does spot out Carlos up there
Shooting at the guy at objective.
at the objective building, but unfortunately didn't land any shots. But they obviously do
Getting
know
little
that there's
spots in
one
his
most
head.
definitely an objective, which you would expect anyhow. And Laser's crossing over Llama's position. He's backing out of there, which I think is probably the wise thing. He goes back to the same spot.
Mech getting really close to the south canyon where Valde is looking here. This spot could be paying dividends very soon.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
Mech has no
Ninja
idea
and
that he's up there.
Placencia. Yeah,
Oh.
Ninja and Placencia getting danger close to each other here. That is going to be a contentious conflict very soon. Ooh, but it's Quixote in the north that takes out Laughing Coffin. LatinForce just holding this down, looking like we could see the end of Downfall right here.
Could be it. Shots coming out on a Llama. Valdez takes Mech out, but I think he might have a line on Llama as well. Llama does see him up there, does take shots at him. Unfortunately, nothing lands. All that did was give Ninja, his position away. Llama is just down, and it looks like Ninja is going to try and get the revive, but unfortunately, that's going to put him out in the line of fire.
Yeah, they're very focused on Valde. I don't think they know that Placencia is right next to them in this building here.
Agreed. I don't think they have any clue. Llama and Placencia do trade out, which does open up a few avenues. And
Ninja picks up Valde in the south, opening up the res for Mech and Llama to potentially come out here. But Placencia is only down, so he's going to be able to make some callouts to his team as well.
and Ninja probably will drop back and get Mech first, being that he just cleared out that alley back here.
But with only a minute and a half left, they are going to need to pick up the pace, or they will find themselves running out of time quickly.
That's going to be the problem here, is time is their biggest enemy at this point, because like you said, with just over 60 seconds on the clock, and I think Ninja's having a hard time finding Mech's body. Unfortunately, in-game, it doesn't line up sometimes with the caster's perspective, and I think Ninja's having a hard time finding where his body fell. Running around with a syringe. Looking good. Ninja wasting a lot of time trying to get Mech.
Syringe.
50 seconds on the clock. There he is. He was actually at the bottom of the canyon there. Mech back in the game. 43 seconds. Mex gets Macchio down on objective. Just off objective, rather.
Down to an even 2.5. But with 33 seconds left on the clock, Ninja and Mech are going to need to put the pedal to the metal and get to the objective quick.
Yeah, I don't think they want to even think about Rez and Llama at this point. They need to focus on just getting to the objective and making stuff happen. With 20 seconds on the clock, this could be LatinForce's map. That takes Placenta out of the equation completely.
Oh, Ninja gonna try for the cap.
Ninja is in trying to cap. He's got no. He's out of time. What an excellent attempt. What an excellent attempt there. But that is game, set, and match. But our boys
just a
LatinForce.
few more seconds could have turned that around. He just needed a little bit more gas in the tank there. What a play. But LatinForce holding it down strong and taking downfall 4-2.
They just needed 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds would have got them in there. We're going down to the one, the only, the truly tested. Suburbia.
Into a much closer range map, which definitely plays into the bans that the other teams used on each other. This time we will see Alchemist as the Marsoc team first. LatinForce starting things off in bulk. And we begin the map with a north objective here on White Car.
So what we did is we gave up cargo, which I'm assuming was probably one of Alchemist's go-to maps, to the next smallest map, is Suburbia. I kind of enjoy Suburbia. Suburbia's a good fun map. It's one of the original DPI maps. It's not a huge map. There's plenty of action to be had. Most of it's close quarters. And we're already going in around 1. No hesitation. Just get down to the field. Round 1, guys. Round 1. Let's see what's going on with these guys.
Who didn't write their name on this? Where you guys
Definitely a map where we see a lot quicker action than we see on Downfall. The average map time or round time for Suburbia probably less than 3 minutes, given an average round. So we should see some pretty quick action here.
No pre-fire, which was unusual. So we've got Llama Death pushing down lane 4, which is the bus lane over here. Wide down lane 4. Taking the Hesco for cover.
Red car lane 4.
Just called out red car, which is Guodi on lane 4. So Llama Death has already got a guy pinpointed, taking shots underneath the car. Unfortunately, nothing is landing for Llama, but he is throwing metal downrange onto that red car. And that's a flash, which unfortunately was a little too far, I think, to catch Llama. Llama trying to bait him out. Vladi takes Ninja Salad down on a trade. And we've still got a battle with Llama going on down here with Guodi on red car. Nobody seems to be able to land any shots over on lane 4. What's going on over there, LV?
Well, it looks like over here in lane 2, Laughing Coffin identified Placencia's position, but he's kind of tucked down behind the concrete, so he hasn't been able to take any fire there. Llama's still raining down on the Coyote over there. Placencia finds Squid God. Another
Meg down's Laughing Coffin. Unfortunate. But he gets a syringe into that guy like sooner rather than later. They still need to take this red car. They need to take this red car guy out of the equation because he's got a horrible line down the road from there.
It looks like they might opt to just not push lane 4 with Llama switching things up and moving into lane 3, which has already seen 3 bodies accumulate in this little alleyway between the houses.
That's normally a good sign to try a different lane. When you're seeing dead bodies, that normally means that somebody's got either that Volt player that's laying dead right there got 2 kills, or somebody got the drop. Llama's out. I've got taken Laughing Coffin. Ooh, and Plenty taking Llama a death out, which is leaving us just that one player, Mech, the team captain for Alchemist right now. Ooh, nice nade down. Unfortunately, didn't quite connect with Mech from Mako. Mech's in lane 1 right now, very close to the OBJ. That white fence is totally penetrable. So if Echo decides to crash that corner and just pre-fire that fence completely, he might catch Mech. I do think that he knows he's there as well, because he just threw a nade at him. But saying that, Marco is looking down the street. Carlos does have white car though, so...
A great pickup from Mech, but that does give away his position.
Like we talked about, that fence
is... flash coming out onto Moko. But Mech not opting to use the time.
I'm surprised Carlos isn't pre-firing this fence. Gotta have known the shots were coming from, no need. Mech and Carlos trade out. First point on the board to LatinForce.
An excellent last attempt there from Mech, but ultimately LatinForce holding it down.
Very quick and in your face.
Yeah,
Suburbia is very quick. It's almost hard to cast sometimes when you get the plays happening so fast. But that did slow down quite a bit there, about 3/4 of the way through that particular. This is one of those objectives where if you can get some smoke in and get around these Heskos for some cover, it's actually a capital location. It really is.
Very true. We've seen a lot of caps come out from behind these Heskos with Volk members just thinking they've got full line of sight on the objective and everything covered, and suddenly you see the defeat screen and you see the objective has been sent, and Volk just confused as to what happened.
Yeah, it's the worst feeling in the world when you know that you've got at least 2 defending members up and you see that defeat come on the screen. It's like, what happened? But you know, it happens to the best teams in the world. You know, there's that one time that somebody just seems to sneak in and you didn't even know they were there. It's gonna be interesting to see if we get center house, because that one is a crazy objective, and I'm sure everybody on both teams are hoping we don't get playground, because I think that is the most hated objective on this map.
It's one of the newer ones and one of the more volatile ones.
Get down to round 2, guys. You know.
Now we'll see how Alchemist handles defending the same objective.
Yeah, let's see what LatinForce has got for us here. We're going to get any pre-fire down lane 3 this time. Wide on the home front right now. Everybody's making a push out. No pre-fire coming out from anybody. Very unusual for Suburbia.
Well, less so for this particular objective, because you know Volk is going to spawn over by the white car on the left. A little harder. We do occasionally see some pre-fire in lanes 1 and 2 for this objective. But just likely not wanting to waste the bullets here. Mech able to get an early pick onto Carlos with a spicy little forward position on defense.
Place here in center building, taking that window overlook down on a lane 1. Mech getting another one on the Vlad, but he hasn't quite peeked that window yet. I think Palace is just waiting for somebody to come around that corner. Oh, Marco comes in. Where did he get that shot from? That was incredible.
It looks like he was shooting directly through the bush.
Wow.
Just straight down onto Mech. But Mech is just downed.
One in the backyard, one in the house.
And Mech calling everybody out.
Good call-outs onto their positions.
Marco trying to come in just to make sure that he's completely killed Mech, but doesn't get the kill shots. This is where things have just slowed down a little bit in center here. And Marco pushing back down to lane 3 with Placenia. C4 going off with absolutely nobody in the vicinity. Placenia finishing off Mech finally. Leaving that kill from Marco. Ninja and Gecko trading out. All of a sudden we're down to a 3-on-2 in favor of the Alchemists. But certainly now pushing down
looking to get their points on the board. They've got a kill zone lined up here just surrounding the objective.
And Sensei's like making a hell of a lot of noise back here. Llama's got to be hearing all of that on the porch there of the west building. In a utility coming in, there's a flash over objective. That may, no, I don't think that did. I don't think that caught anybody. May have caught Llama, possibly. Now smoking an objective. And we got Marco pushing the street. Marco down in Llama on that porch.
Ooh, Placencia picking up Squid God on objective means Laughing Coffin is the only one left to defend here.
And
he's in a great position to catch Moko on the cross.
Moko came out to the open and changed his mind last minute, decides to back down lane 3. Not too sure where he's going from there. That smoke's going to dissipate really soon. Placencia is like posted up underneath the Humvee here, trying to get a line to see if he can pick anybody up. I think Laughing may have just spotted some movement. Laser's bouncing over the Humvee right now, and there it is. The Laughing Coffin did see the movement, gets Placencia, leaving a one-on-one, guys. One-on-one. How exciting is this? And Moko coming in through the back. This could be very interesting. If Moko pushes this fence all the way down the back, Laughing Coffin is not going to see him, does not have any lines on him whatsoever. Moko could get really close. Really close.
Oh,
Laughing Coffin did hear it.
Timing.
What timing is that? Laughing Coffin spins around, catches Moko out the corner of his eye, takes a shot, takes him down for the round win.
An excellent hold by Laughing Coffin. Left 1v3, takes them all down and just holds it for Alchemist. Now we see a 1-1 as Alchemist takes their shot now at attacking an almost identically placed objective, but different enough that you cannot use the same defensive locations. And now moving to this Humvee objective down by the burning truck.
Yeah, this one's another spicy little one. Most of the objectives you're going to see on Suburbia, you're going to see a lot of utilities and smoke and stuff to be able to get in and get any kind of gap opportunities. And this is inside the buildings. But even that saying, I've seen on Center House a lot of people throwing smoke up onto the roof of the porch to cover those windows for that one, and it actually bleeds into the building as well. But otherwise, you don't see a lot of smoke happening inside as much as you do with these exterior objectives. How do you think this one's going to play out, Ivory?
Well, we have seen each of these teams once now try and defend. I think we're going to see a kind of conservative defense coming in from LatinForce with, I'm expecting probably one person out in lane 4, probably Coyote, like the first round. He really sat there behind Red Car holding lane 4 for a while. And that's a common play for teams, to have one person just make sure that a flank isn't going to come out. So I'm kind of expecting him to head that way while the rest of the team really hunkers down in the lane 1 area to kind of prevent a cap here.
Okay, we're into round 3, guys. Let's see what's going to happen on this next round. Alchemists are ready to go.
Beginning position, it kind of looks like Valdi is going to be the one to head to the lane 4. Coyote coming in with some pre-fire down lane 1.
Llama Death up on the slide, just absolutely throwing. Oh, he spins around, takes Vlad, just nonchalant, turns around and shoots Vlad. Mech takes Clutch down on a trade. Llama of Death, that was very impressive. Squid taking Coyote out. Llama of Death was up on the slide, just throwing cover fire down for suppression, and sees Vlad out of the corner of his eye, just absolutely snaps around and takes him down. That was a great play there by Llama. Things have got quiet now on the home front as we've the pre-fire's been thrown down range. All the noise has been made to allow our Marsoc people to move into position. And I would have thought they would have moved up a little bit more than they have, but they are taking this a little slower than I expected. Ooh, nice shots there from Placencia on a Squid all the way down on lane 4. What a long shot. Great shot there from Placencia. Flash is coming in over the building. And
yeah,
we've got
LatinForce showing us that they do have more than one trick up their sleeve. And this was definitely not a conservative defensive plan. They rushed hard, and they ended up down 3-2, but they're still holding their ground here, and this is still anybody's round.
Exactly. I have noticed that the Alchemists are playing this round a lot slower. They know that they need to win this map. If they can't get this map win in, that is the series done. for them. So they know they need to win this to even things up, be able to go to a map 3 decider. And I think they've slowed down on purpose for that. Ninja Salad taken down Plessense.
An excellent pickup, bringing us down to a 3v1. Alchemist showing us why they picked this map in the first place.
Indeed, it's showing that they are very competent with the closer quarter attacking. Even if they have to slow things down a little bit. The one nice thing about all that, did you see all those smokes that just dumped in on top of the objective? All that gunfire coming from Llama. Llama is an absolutely assassinator with that LMG. He's just laying down cover fire so Laugh and Coffee can make a push up.
And just trying to catch anyone who's hiding anywhere near objective with all of this fire. You know, Moko is in a farther away position, but with all this smoke, he's gonna have to be worried about the push.
I don't think that was a
wraps around.
I don't think that was a on purpose shot. That was I'm just gonna shoot everything and hope I kill somebody. Good shoot.
Absolutely, because if anybody is ever anywhere in here, they're gonna get a bullet.
Exactly. That is the beauty of the LMG box magazine. It's just keep your finger on the trigger and keep on shooting, Tex, until you hit something. And if you don't hit anything, then hey, it looks good.
Absolutely. I mean, we have 200 rounds instead of 20. I mean, you can have a 10% accuracy. You're still going to hit more than somebody with 20 rounds.
The one beauty with this game is the KD really doesn't mean anything. It's all about the win. So, and nobody really cares about your hit ratio per magazine or anything. If it takes you 3 magazines to kill somebody that got you the win for your team, hey, that's the way it goes. Nobody cares. They just want to get that point on the board. And Llama just proven it there with keeping his finger on the trigger and just absolutely laying down cover fire. Coffin didn't have a chance to even come up and even attempt the cap because Llama was out for the kill. He saw blood and he wanted it.
And with the tweaked audio for the most recent version of Onward, the gunfire has a very powerful audio suppression mechanic. And so just like real life, I mean, if you are wielding a 200-round box drum, you can just prevent the enemy from hearing anything. You just lay down a constant stream of noise, and you really can draw attention. You're drawing eyes, you're drawing ears, and it really lets the team, you know, get in close. And I mean, especially with how loud footsteps are nowadays, it is a very powerful tool to just be able to deny the sound coming in from the push.
Exactly. A lot of teams use the LMG just for that sound suppression. The LMG, I've noticed that some of the mid-range maps, like Quarantine, for instance, here comes the that LMG fire we were just talking about from Vlad up there in the spawn house, just sending some shots down range all the way over here. All the smoke already over here.
Smoke, yeah. They are getting aggressive with their push across lane 1 and 2 here.
Llama of Death shoots Coffin. No! Oh, not a great start to the round. Carlos coming in. Carlos taking Llama of Death with that suppressed weapon. Fortunately, Ninja wasn't able to get the refrag. Carlos pushing down lane 2 all the way down to that South Street already. The other thing with the smoke, which is all gone now, but the smoke does give off noise as well. You can use the smoke as sound suppression as well. Mech taking Coyote out of the equation as well. LV, what do you think's going on here? I mean, they seem to have stopped. It's like, quick, now stop.
Much like their defensive round last round, they seem to have switched to a much more aggressive play style to kind of counter the short-range map pressure that Alchemist is putting out. And it's getting some hit and miss going on here. I mean, we're down to a 3v3. But that said, the Ninja Salad for Alchemist is really the only thing preventing a cap here. Squid and Mech have rotated out to deal with Moko, and Placencia and Valde are kind of within cap range here.
I think Ninja's got this locked down here, though. Placenta and Ninja are about to go head-to-head. I can't believe that Sensei's got a shot in his back, but they haven't seen each other yet. What's going on here? Ninja's got to be hearing all this movement.
Low. Ooh, Moko taking out Squid does bring us down to a 3v2.
Ninja is about to get absolutely knocked in the back here by Placente. Placente changes his mind and changes.
Another one goes down. Mech, now Ninja Salad, the only one left, goes down in a trade, and LatinForce taking their Marsoc round, bringing us back to a 2v2.
What is going on, LV? That was crazy. I can't believe Ninja didn't get that kill, like, way earlier than that. He had so many opportunities, and he was making so much noise. He must have heard all that noise going on. But
he was keeping his head down so low that he couldn't see where Placencia was, and likely was just concerned about poking his head up into a situation where the LatinForce member just likely was watching for it. They already knew that his position was given away, and so poking his head up there could have been a death sentence.
It's very easy for us to comment up here in the booth. We've got the overhead cams. We're not down in the field. This is one of those games. It's completely different when you're in the headset, and it's very easy to make comments about what we would have done if we were on the field, but we unfortunately aren't on the field. We're up here in the booth, and we get overheads. We're able to see where everybody is at any given time. And it's definitely different down on the field out there.
Absolutely. We move now to the last north objective possible, and we're going to see red car, this time in the more northeastern frame here. But we're still going to see that Marsoc and South, Volk in the north spawn. That said, with the red car objective does come Volk spawning in lane 3 in the back. And so we could see a lot more of that pre-fire that we're used to seeing down lane 3.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna. I will be shocked if we don't see pre-fire coming down lane 3 here. You will also get somebody up. I wouldn't be too surprised if you get somebody up in the west window, second story of Spawn House, to get an angle down lane 3 there to see if we can get any picks.
Llama of Death calling out the pre-fire, letting his team know this is what I'm going to do.
Here it comes. Llama throwing around, downrange, down that lane 3, just to see if they can get any kind of fix. It's very meta, so most people on the Volt teams know don't go down lane 3 for the spawn. Ooh, Guidi taking down Squid there all the way across from lane 2. On the lane 3, Llama still throwing rounds down range on lane 3. Laughing, coughing, he's crouching down, see if we can through playground. Fortunately, I think Vlad might know who's coming in here. Guidi now back and back.
Mech has pushed up quite a ways in lane 1, but will be encountering 2 Volk players in lane 1. Takes out Placencia, but he still has Carlos and now Quixote to deal with. That is a heavy lane presence for lane 1. Mech with another kill. Now just has Carlos to deal with in lane 1.
Well, that does take out Laughing Coffin from lane 4 there, basically. But there may have been a trade.
But Valde is able to be rezzed, and that res does come in from Moko. Oh, but Valde rotates out of the smoke.
That smoke dissipates just as Vlad moves past Llama. Llama was in the smoke there on lane 3. Llama takes Moko down through the bush.
One dead lane 3.
Brings us to a 2v2 with Mech dealing with Carlos and Llama left with Valde. They trade in lane 1. This is now a 1v1.
This is going to get very exciting very fast right now. We still have just under 4 minutes left on the clock. Llama has all the time in the world to do some shoots and rotates and try and bait Valde out. Nice nade onto Llama's potential location. I'm not too sure if he knew Llama was there, or he had an idea Llama was there, or what the deal was. Let's follow along with Llama here, so we can work over his shoulders. Now, I think this Hesco's. I don't know if he's got any utility left. It looks like he's got a splash on his chest there. Oh, he did spot out Vlad.
The shots.
Unfortunate.
Oh, that could have been the match right there. He rotates out. Valde also rotating out. And now they're crossing each other near playground.
No, and it's a trade. Who got the win? LatinForce. Wow. Wow. Oh, guess who did go, left the old overlay up for that one. Yay.
Comes down to a trade with just who killed the other first in the milliseconds between their deaths. And LatinForce coming out on top. Just putting their name down on the map. Now 3-2. Alchemists need to hold this down or LatinForce will have taken the series.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Going to be a tough one. I'm going to flip-flop here and see if Alchemists can hold this down. This time we're going to try and get you down to the game field, so you don't have to put on the cheater glasses to be able to watch that smooth screen. I apologise for that.
This is going to be a round we definitely don't want to miss, as this could easily be the series decider. But Alchemist going to need to keep that defense tight if we're going to go into a map 3 decider.
Yeah, they're going to have to stay tucked and just let LatinForce come to them. I think if they get too aggressive with this, it's going to be not just map end, it's going to be series end for them. But we always go to a map 3 regardless of the outcome of map 2. And we're playing for MMR at that point.
But even if you lose the series, if you take map 3, the loss to your MMR is going to be less than if you do lose all 3 maps. So each map is still important. With that, we head into round 6, map 2.
Yeah. See what our LatinForce boys are going to be doing down here.
Venga, 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 cabrones.
No pre-fire from either team this time.
Like we've got a hard lane 2, lane 1 push here from LatinForce. Sending 1 down lane 3.
Yeah, LatinForce can afford to be a little more aggressive, a little more careless with their round, because even if they lose here, they get another chance to take the map. But this could be Alchemist's last chance here. They need this round.
Vente's all the way down on lane 1. He's crossed the street. Carlos takes out Mech. Squid takes up Sende, who made that hard push.
Down to a 4v3 in Alchemist's favor here. But Ninja and Laughing Coffin are left in lanes 3 and 4 with the entirety of LatinForce ready to push lane 1. Ryoki rotating back. Could see some action in 3-4, yet still is...
Oh, Squid and Carlos, I'm not too sure if they saw movement. Squid's behind the Hesco on the north lane 1 there. I don't think he knows Carlos is here. Carlos he's going to get the shots. On the Squid here. He knows he's there. He's seen the knee peak a couple of times. And there's the shoulder. Can he get the shot in the shoulder? Yes, he can. Carlos takes Squid out on that Hesco on the northwest corner.
And Carlos using that new Virtus gun for the Marsoc. That thing uses subsonic rounds and a silencer. And so that is almost impossible to locate in-game. Half the time you don't even hear that shots are being fired with all the other chaos going on. Ninja able to pick up Guyote, bringing us to a 3v2.
Lama's got a nice little spot laid down on lane 2 there in the back. Crouch, yeah. spot where Llama is right here. You can kind of see underneath the bush. Should be able to get shots on Carlos if Carlos comes forth down lane 1 and further. Carlos changes his mind and moves around the back. Still holding in lane 1. Oh, Laughing Coffin gets Mako with a G36. Leaving us with one man left. Carlos making that push. Will Llama get the kill shots now from underneath that bush? Yep, shots coming in from Llama. Unfortunately, nothing. Yeah, there it is. Nothing made contact at the last minute with that tar. Good shooting there, Llama, with the tar 21. Putting another point on the board and evening it up.
Excellent pickup from Alchemist, and now we go down to round 7. The map decider, possibly series decider, depending on how this goes. We move to the Burning House objective. Now we get to see a south objective before we're done with the map. And Alchemist taking their shot at pushing this objective. This round could end it all here, or could push us into a map 3 decider.
Now, I know they've moved some of these OBJs. Can you still cap behind these sandbags or not?
Let's see, behind the sandbags.
Used to be able
You
to
cannot.
cap.
Not from behind the sandbags by the porch there. I believe you can if you're standing and you put your tablet over the top, but you don't have a lot of cover there if you're trying.
I know that East Mini Market on Bazaar. Remember that East Mini Market? They moved that from underneath the awning by about maybe a foot. You could no longer cap from within the building. They literally moved it about a foot away from the building to stop that. And I was wondering if they moved this one at all.
Just a little farther away from the sandbags.
Look at those kills there right now. Mech with 10 kills and 7 deaths. With Vicente and Carlos both with 6 kills over there on the LatinForce kill. So it looks like, yeah, Mech is really shouldering the team over. Ninja Salad with 7, mind you. Let's get down there. This could be the last round. Round 7. It's all on the table now, guys.
If you're going down on this lane,
Anything could happen.
Going down this side here, stay
Who
to
is
the
going
right,
to
don't go
take
left,
this
don't go
map
fire
and
in the
potentially the
ship, don't go
series
left,
if
stay to the
LatinForce
right.
can just hold off this defense? That would be the series. Mech throwing all of that suppressive fire down lane 3. Not really aiming, just shooting. I think that was more for sound suppression than anything. Mech's lasers bouncing all over Mech right now. Mech still throwing suppressive fire down lane 3 while the push is coming down lane 4. And it looks like, who is that over? Over on lane 2. That's Squid. That is Squid over on lane 2. Squid just pushed into the... Oh, unfortunately, Squid goes down. Placente.
Yeah, chaos reigns the first minute of this round as both teams trying to suppressive fire their way into position. Now we have Ninja and Laughing Coffin both pushed up to the middle of the map on lane 4 here by Playground, with Mech making his way closer to lane 1.
Nice little setup here from Guaidi and Valapians on objective. You've got one on the porch and Valap's down by the sandbags laying down, basically covering each other.
It's a very open position from each direction, but it does cover both ends of the house. Oftentimes teams will just have one person there having to watch both sides of the house. This is definitely going to make it a little bit of an easier hold.
Llama's about to come around the corner here. I'm not too sure if this is going to plan out for him, but we're about to see. Taking shots up on the place right there on the second story. It does get him, but he's going to walk right into the line of fire from Valapis right now. He comes around the corner of this Hesco. Ooh, downing each other. Llama taking down Laughing Coffin Guide, trading out. Where all of a sudden we're
At
3
least
on 2.
objective wide open. Moko rotating back is going to wind up meeting Ninja here. The delayed rotation with those smokes. Llama could be in for the cap. Ninja takes out Moko. Carlos, the only one left. We could see a cap here. Smokes down. Llama's on objective.
Tablet's
Tablet
out.
out.
Can he get the cap? There's shots coming. He's using the objective as cover. Can he get that cap in? And is that a nade? There's a flash. Not too sure.
The flash went too far. I think Llama's still typing in the code.
Is Llama going to get this cap? Is it going to happen? Yes, it is. Nice job, Alchemists. Wow.
Alchemist putting down the cap, ending the second map 5-3, and bringing us into a map 3 decider.
Well done. Well done, Alchemists, for pulling that back, because we were a little concerned that that was going to go away and we weren't going to see a map 3 decider, and everybody wants to see that. Well done, Alchemist.
Just well played from both teams there. Now, map 3, LatinForce gets the call on where we go. What are we thinking? We thinking a little quarantine? Like, I was saying that could have been their first map. We could see...
Guess what?
Okay, there we are.
You've called it all night long tonight. It's been incredible. And we're off to quarantine, people. Last map, map decider. I don't want to be selfish or anything, but I hope we go to a 7-round decider on the map decider, because why would that? Why would you want that?
That is what everybody wants to see here, and we are here to bring it to you.
That's right. I'm excited for this last map. Last map. Let's get down to this last map and find out what is going to happen down here. What are we looking at for objective number 1? Ooh, semi-truck. This is a spicy little number up here. Is cappable.
We can cap this from behind that little half cement wall there. And that means that this objective can be difficult to cover with just one person left. Alchemist going to need to play us a little close to their vest here.
Yeah, this is it's very open objective, which means from a Volk standpoint, you can't really be on top of objective. Really, the semi-truck is the only close place, but at least you're wide open from the west. There is really nowhere.
You gotta have a solid defensive plan to know that your teammates are going to have your back and watch all of the different angles that you can approach this from.
Yeah, they're obviously, these teams are in the tent calling out strats like crazy right now. This map is everything. This is win or lose. This is take home the crown or go home with tears. This is it right here, guys. We're going to find out who's got what it takes to win on Quarantine. Quarantine's a fun map. There is some long-range shoot going on in Quarantine. There's a little closer quarter stuff. Let's get down there. Round 1, Quarantine. Let's see what's going on with LatinForce and see what kind of push they're going to make down here. They are in the far southeast right now. We're going a 2-1-2 split from LatinForce, with 2 pushing far east, 2 pushing over to the west, and 1 going middle. Carlos has decided to push through the mall, tank courtyard, to see if he can possibly get any kind of information from there over to the AC rooftop. AC rooftop is where Laughing Coffin is hanging out right now. Laughing Coffin, I think he must have spotted somebody. It looks like we've got one over. Yeah, Palaz is over on the hospital roof trying to get some intel. Don't know if he got intel, but he might got a spot by Laughing Coffin there, the AC rooftop. Do have somebody already in. It's like, yeah, Vlad's already in the crash building, making his way up the crash building now. Gonna try and make it to the roof of the crash building. Very open. Not too sure if he's going to get spotted by Laughing Coffin. No, he's not, but he does spot out Laughing Coffin and punishes him for just standing out in the open there on the back side of the AC rooftop. Now, Valad has got an incredible overwatch spot here to the objective from the rooftop of the crash impact building. Going to be able to see everything if Alchemists get peaky here. And he's put his tablet down on the ground, so I think he's intending to be up here for a while. I wonder what the rest of the team is going to do here.
Placencia has joined him in crash building and is starting to move towards Llama here throughout a couple of smokes. Meanwhile, we have 3 kind of coming in from the northeast. Squid is in a great position to stop Carlos. And we know from the downfall situation that Squid likes to be in some of these less expected positions and has successfully taken out several LatinForce members with these odd positions in the past. We could see that here again. They could be expecting it. Ooh, Briote seems to have recognized Squid's position and taken some shots.
Oh, unfortunate. That didn't make contact. Oh, Squid does take Gaete down, but Mako gets the instant refrag on a Squid from around the corner.
An interesting play from Placencia. He's joined Valde on the roof. Great for getting kills in Overwatch, but not so much for getting to the objective. So LatinForce's play here could just be to play for picks.
All they got to do is kill people at this point with a 4-on-2. They're obviously proven they can do that. Carlos is trying to make a play here, I think, to the east side. Placencia taking Mech down. Ninja Say can take the place down on the instant reflag. Mako taking Ninja down, being the last man standing. The Alchemist putting a point on the board. But LatinForce.
Yeah, commanding lead in round 1 there, having 4 LatinForce members up and taking out all of Alchemist. They are definitely, putting their name out there with these larger maps.
Yeah, I'd say they definitely are preferring the longer range maps than they are the shorter range maps. But saying that, they did extraordinarily well on Australia. So I would say that the close quarter stuff is definitely out for them. But I would say they do thrive in longer range shooting. Proven right here.
It'll be interesting to see how Alchemists respond to that and how LatinForce defend. I mean, we did see a couple members up on the roof there, and so if that's their offensive strategy, they've got to have some kind of plan to deal with it as a defender.
Exactly. I was kind of a little miffed, to be honest with you. Both of them were up on that roof, but like you said, maybe they were just going for picks. They weren't too concerned about the objective. It is a tough one to cap, and they really didn't even make it close to the objective. All they did was kick people. That does put a point on the board for them.
Yeah, perhaps they just know, this objective isn't one that we like to cap on. And it could just be them saying, we're not going to try for the cap. We're just going to pick them apart and wait until another objective before we try.
Exactly, and that's all they needed to do. Let's get down there for the next round.
We head into round 2. This time a hospital spawn for Alchemist.
Come get him.
A little more option as far as west or east for the push here. Kind of letting them go either way with equal timing.
Oh, they're memorizing codes. They want to cap this. Code is being repeated over and over again. Get it in the brain. 7-digit code's about 5 digits too long for good old ID here to memorize, which is why you don't see me cap very often. LV, on the other hand, is a very good capper. Okay, it looks like we've got a 2-2. What have we got? A 2-2-1 split again from Alchemists. Ninja's trying to make that
Lane below.
kick over to the AC building from his. He's got his laptop out. He's got his tablet out here. So it looks like Ninja is going to be here for foreseeable future. Just keeping an overwatch from the back a little bit. Squid tries to make the push in.
Yeah, Alchemist seems to be waiting for a kind of flank defense. They've been watching some of the long angles, just expecting someone from LatinForce to be pushing out. And they are a little far away from the objective, but they aren't quite going for the flank at this point.
Yeah, Squid already over at the hotel here, trying to get some angles on the rooftop for the AC building. Then on the second story, trying to get peeks over to the money trucks now, just to make sure if there's anybody over there. I don't think we've got anybody over at the money trucks right now, so I think he's pretty clear. East side currently. It looks like LatinForce, let's just shoot over here. It looks like LatinForce got a nice circular defense going on, with just one pushed out to the crash building.
An excellent pick from Llama. Takes Moko down on white car. Just downed, though. Not confirmed. Is going to be able to do some calling out. We will see Guiote coming over here for the res. With Llama still watching the area, this is a dangerous push for the res.
Ek and Philatus right here over the crash building, just probably 10 feet away from each other. Got to be hearing, the lad's got to be hearing mech moving around here. Shots coming in from Llama. Not too sure what he's shooting at there. I just want to stay with mech here for just a little bit longer to find out. I'm going to make it around this corner on this push. The lad has got to be hearing this. Lad's now pushed out from the down plane. I think he's looking for mech. Definitely looking for mech right now. Mech should be hearing some stuff.
And Valde is going to be making the noise.
Yep,
is
exactly.
Mech going to turn in time? He is.
Mech is going to get those shots onto Vlad. Unfortunately, Vlad should have stayed put. Going on the hunt like that was a mistake. And
Squid able to take out Carlos in money trucks as well. Alchemist sitting pretty 5v3 with this slow, methodical push that they're putting on.
Llama moving up through the backside now of the crash building, and it looks like Llama might be trying to take it. Guote taking mech out down there on the west side.
We
Llama
did see the
cooling.
res come off on Moko, so their kill count is likely wrong. They likely expect only 2 LatinForce to be left here.
Oh, and Llama and Moko do trade out there on the west side.
Traded with another one at white car. They might have gotten a revive on him.
Laugh and Coffin
goes
does get
down.
Guote down.
Placencia with the refrag. Now Ninja and Squid with the flank, knowing Placencia's location as the only remaining LatinForce member. We could see a cap here. More
Again,
likely a kill.
Very easy
with their
to
locations.
make
Oh, no.
assumptions.
We lost Squid. At least I lost him on my overlay. I don't think he's in the
Yep.
game anymore.
We had a drop from Alchemist. Yep. Ooh, Ninja, unfortunately.
But Ninja looking to get the pick on Placencia, likely to take it out anyway.
Ninja gets that
And
last kill.
Alchemist putting their point on the board, tying us up 1-1.
We're playing for Marsoc wins right now. Interesting. Where are we off to next, LV?
Now we head down to one of the newer objectives here in the west with these the kind of Hesco objective in the street here. This is a very different objective. This one has a ton of cover that you can cap behind, and the biggest difficulty here is just getting to the cover. It's open around the cover, but once you get into that objective, you can be hidden from all sides.
Yep. Again, you'll see if they make it, if the Marsoc team make it close enough to be able to dump smoke around it, you're going to see smoke dumped all over this road. Not necessarily all on top of the objective. You're going to see this road just dumped with smoke, and that's how they're going to make their push in to use those Hescos as cover to be able to make the cap. But it's like LV said, it's very open to even get to those Hescos. You're going to see people defending this from afar. From the back here, you're going to see a lot of defense here in the back that have got great views down onto the OBJ area, but with a lot of cover from afar, from both north and south on this west side. Wouldn't be too surprised if you see one by these Hescos, and you may even see one pushed out by white car, even in gas station. Gas station would be kind of a push, that'd be kind of a far push out, but it wouldn't shock me. What do you think defense positions are going to be on this one, LV?
We've seen a lot of different approaches for defending this objective. It's very common to see people in the South Escos down there in the dark. We typically see some people on scaffolding, maybe some down by gas station. But I've seen defenders all the way out as far as that center building, just watching it kind of overwatching above, far off from the objective, trying to prevent people from even getting close in the first place. Crash building is a very important pickup for the MARSOC team pushing into this, so we can expect to see some attempts at stopping people from getting there as well.
Looks like we have everybody back in the lobby, so we should be fine. But yeah, the three-story crash impact building is kind of a key one on this one, because it gives you a lot of overwatch over to the objective. The tail end here is kind of a nice spot to play from an attacking perspective, because you kind of get a nice angle down on the objective Escos, as well as on the back northwest street there by the warehouse. That warehouse, from a vault standpoint, is an absolute killer spot that can't be affected.
And one position that's kind of slept on by a lot of teams is the west warehouse there. Those two doors that open up will provide excellent cover for a defender to just kind of chill way back in the west and watch people coming in from crash building, from warehouse, and just kind of prevent any north aggression on here. It'll be interesting to see if either team are able to use that location to its fullest.
Yeah, this warehouse is an absolute killer spot. You can keep an eye on the OBJ at all times from here. You don't have to worry about anybody flanking behind you, getting shot in the back. Stand up, you can kind of see the roof of the impact building a little bit, so you can kind of keep an eye on that. It's a great spot. I like it. Spot. Yeah, we did have a drop, unfortunately, from LatinForce. We are waiting.
And I see a timeout coming in here as we deal with the reconnecting into the lobby with people. Let's see if they have announced any such timeout.
Anything quite yet. Did have a drop from Alchemist. Now they got their guy back in, and now we've had a LatinForce drop. So is everybody pumped for season 13? We're only in week 1, and we've got plenty of great casts ahead of us. Jamie's been picking up casts like an absolute beast just lately. I know the man, the myth, the legend, Nightfire is going to be casting for you guys this weekend, so keep an eye on VRML 1. I believe Jamie's actually casting Rome versus Error 404 over on VRML 1 as well. Maybe we can do like a simulcast and flip-flop back and forth. We'd love to see over there as well. I think he's got at least another 2 casts scheduled for this weekend as well. Nightfire. I think Nomad's actually co-casting with Jamie. Going to be a fun season. We've got some great casters for you this season. There's actually a good number of us, and we're throwing some hours down, pitching some live Onward action. We're going to try and pick up as many of the new teams as we possibly can as well, and try and give everybody an opportunity to cast here live. Give Cynthia, of course, is our Hispanic caster. He actually is located in Australia, but she is our Hispanic caster, so you can pick up some Hispanic casted content from Cynthia from when we're over on VRML 3.
And I did just hear from the captain of LatinForce that they're still having some technical difficulties, just waiting on that guy to get in here.
Okay. At some point here, we probably will have to go to a little intermission. Just see what they say, if they want to hit an intermission to give us 5 minutes, or if they're just going to get the guy back in here before we need a hit. Been an interesting round so far. We've seen some very aggressive plays on that last objective is over here in the north. It is one of the harder ones to attack because it's very open. You saw a lot of the gun battles going on nowhere near the objective. I don't think either team made it anywhere near the objective over here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the new objective shakes things up here for that.
It is another difficult one to get close to, unfortunately. Like we were discussing earlier, the crash impact building, kind of a key area to try and secure this team, which is a lot of oversight down to where they're going to be defending, unless the Volk team decide to go off meta and push out further to the east rather than south. Very interesting. Don't know. Any word from them at all if we're going to be going to a little LV?
It sounds like he's in. I'm not seeing him in the lobby. Looks like he had to do some headset changing, ran out of batteries there. They're subbing in El Argentino to deal with that. And we seem to have lost a member of Alchemist while he was connecting.
Back and forth, back and forth. The woes of live casting, my friends. Hopefully we can get you back into the action here shortly.
Yeah, and then we're dealing with some tech issues from Alchemist. Let's go ahead and cut to an intermission, and we will bring the action back to you as soon as we can.
See you shortly. And we're back, round 3. We finally got Llama back in here, so now we're going to go down onto the game field and see what our LatinForce boys are going to do for us today.
We see a very quick spawn out of LatinForce here, spawning just on the other side of the hospital, and with 4 members of LatinForce pushing in hard from the south here, we could see some conflict almost immediately here.
Carlos already in the ground floor of the hospital. And not spotting anybody quite yet, but we do have Ninja Salad down by the white car on that southwest area. Mech pushing hard up. He's on center burning right now.
Yeah, while we were in between rounds, did mention that we have seen this used as a defensive location. Not exactly meta, but it does allow a lot of overwatch onto the different approaches that you can take to get to this objective.
Carlos has his laser all over second story of center building right now, where Mech is. Through that one little window opening. Just staring at it right now. If Mech even just briefly peeks that window, Carlos is going to see him. Whether he lands shots on him is another thing, but he will know that somebody's there. But just knowing that Mech's there will slow the push down, because they know that they're going to have to clear it before they can really make any pass. It seems like LatinForce has come to a standstill here, mid-map. That was from a quick spawn, very unusual. Unless they potentially saw Mech push that center building, because like I said, Carlos was all over it. Llama Death taken for lad down. Up there in the north. And I'm wondering maybe they saw Mech push into that building and they're concerned about making the push by it, which is why it came to a complete standstill here for it. Because Carlos is still bouncing lasers all over that building. The only thing I can think of, because they haven't really pushed any further. El Argentino, which was the sub that came in from, is crawling up, though, the center building. I wonder if he is the guy to go in and clear it. Ooh, Llama taking another one out. Long shots from that suppressed weapon from Llama of Death on the Palencia. El Argentino in the ground floor, almost, of the burning building. Where Mech is hauled up on the second story. I'm wondering if they're sending El Argentino in to clear it.
They are right on top of each other here. Llama with some fire into the south, trying to slow down this hospital push, maybe get a pick. Carlos returning fire.
El Argentino is doing an excellent job at staying quiet right now. Yep, he's the one they've sent in to clear out Mech, for sure. They must have seen Mech cross into this building, which is why they stopped their push. And they sent El Argentino in to clear it out. Let's see if he makes it up the stairs without making any noise and can take Mech out. Not too sure if Mech is hearing anything, because I haven't heard a peep out of El Argentino right now. Oh, and he's making the crash! El comes around the corner and they trade out! What a absolute monster of a crash! Wow.
Does leave us down to only 2 members of LatinForce versus 4 for Alchemist. But that said, 2 members of Alchemist very focused in the north. And so, realistically, this is more of a 2v2. That said, Llama identifying Guiote's position in the south, definitely slowing down this push.
Yeah, Guiote unfortunately has been called out here by Llama. They know that he's right there. Ninja Salad has got this south lane, really, over to the hospital cleared. Nobody's making it down there without getting absolutely knocked by Ninja down here. Sure what Guiote saw up there. Is that that was Llama pushed up to the AC rooftop. Guiote's going to back down this street. How did he make it in there without Ninja seeing it? Ninja must have spotted that. There it is. Ninja does take down Guiote, leaving Carlos on his lonesome.
Yeah, tall order for Carlos here. Just over a minute left. And 1v3. The position seems to be known.
Oh, Carlos gets a nasty little shot on a Ninja. How Ninja didn't see Carlos there is beyond me. Great shooting there from Carlos. Great spot. Not too sure if he meant to drop that at his feet, or that was just an
likely
accident.
not.
It seemed like a bit of an accidental drop there. Look, he pulled the pin and accidentally dropped it at his feet. Because otherwise, that was a complete waste of smoke, I think. Hey, maybe it's a decoy smoke. Carlos back over by the burning building. Then a building. Start calling it, because it is no longer burning in 1.0. Pushing in. Second story of burning building. Trying to get some angles. All going off for no apparent reason. But
That said, only 10 seconds left. Carlos is run out of time, and Alchemist is definitely going to lock this in. All they have to do is tuck.
Carlos is just pulling pins on smoke just because it looks pretty. Good attempt, Carlos. Good attempt, my friend. Point on the board for the Alchemist. Whoa! That was kind of an intense round. That El Argentino making that push into center building on the Mech. That was such a nice push, and he was one they sent in to clear it out, and
Yeah,
he did that.
It did seem like he started making noise just a little too soon.
Yeah.
And I think if he was able to continue that streak of, just kind of pushing up those stairs quietly for even a few more steps, might have been able to stop that from being a trade. Just gave the defender just a little bit too much time to react to that noise.
I totally agree. I think he should have made it to the door. All that creeping, all that time that he invested in getting up to that second story, if he'd just given it another 30 seconds and got to the door and then rushed the corner, I think he would have got the drop on Mech. Bit of a trade. I totally agree. But still, amazing job getting up there without being identified whatsoever by Mech. It's so tough to stay quiet in this game right now. It just seems like the smallest little step in game is creating noise at this point. So he did a very good job making the play up to that second story. So, what do you think the strats are going to be from LatinForce on this? Because all Alchemists have to do is win those bulk rounds.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they handle this one. We saw them switch to a more aggressive defensive style, and so now with this objective, it'll be interesting to see if they continue that, or if they, keep it tight and just try and hold it down and wait for their, Marsoc win if they're gonna, try and take this map.
No quick spawn, unfortunately, for Alchemist. They're all the way over there on the east side. Couldn't be any further away. So they got some ground to cover quick. Looks like they're splitting up a 2-2-1 with Llama taking the north. It looks like Laughing Coffin is just stuck back here and spawned for some reason. It looks like Squid and Mech. Mech's holding the Humvee here line, just seeing if he can get any crosses. Squid must have seen somebody cross down to the gas station down there. Southeast corner, southwest corner. Looks like Laughing Coffin is pushing through Mall to Tank Courtyard. And everybody's kind of holding back, but still moving. If that makes sense.
We got 3 people pushing south.
Yeah, we've got a pretty tight defense coming in from LatinForce, with the exception of Valde, who is rotating in for a northern flank.
Following along with Valde right now, and he could pick off Llama right now, but I'm not too sure if he's going to go around the back of this building. They might miss each other. No, timing at its best. And Llama's coming forward as Vladi's going around the building. Will Vladi turn and see Llama when he comes around this corner up here? Question. Looks like Llama may have made it past Vladi.
In the grand scheme of things, it might be better for Valde not to encounter Llama, because if he can get around behind the Alchemist members in the south, there's a lot more potential for the flank to just kind of pick out more members of Alchemist than if they knew Llama had gone down. They might be a little more prepared for a flanker to appear behind him.
Yeah, good thought. Not thought about that. And I think that was just unfortunate luck that he didn't see Llama and Llama didn't see him. But it might pay off in his favor. Like you said, he might be able to get behind these 3 down here in the south. One heck of a flank that he's doing right now. All the way around to the east.
Yeah, in a way, Alchemist's slow, methodical push style is going to work against them here, because it's giving Valde the opportunity to make this 2.5 minute flank that he's pulling off right now, and they still are only halfway to the objective.
I think he's going to be shooting Mech in the back really soon. Pushes through the hospital barrage here. Or if he just got eyes on Mech. Checking his tablet. He is rocking the LMG over there as well, so he's got plenty of ammunition with him, so he could do some serious damage back here. Mech is now on the rooftop of hospital. Vladi is slowed right down. He's behind everybody. Sure if he's actually spotted anybody quite yet. He's just slowed down, knowing that, he's got to be behind.
Yeah, with Quixote being in the garage, they have to know that nobody has made it really past hospital now. So...
Oh, Quixote does get Mech, who was on the rooftop, must have just come down to ground floor, but now they've got to know that somebody's behind them. Vlade dates Ninja out as well, and Laughing Coffin. What a flank maneuver that was. Just wiped out more than half the team.
Yeah, that...
Oh no!
Squid taking out Llama and goes down
Vlad
to
getting the
Valde.
fourth. Oh no, that was terrifying.
That flank from Valde just decimated this push from the Alchemist. The timing of everything and the patience from Valde to get behind and then just decimate, like the 4 members down there in that flank. He just destroyed them, and even if Squid hadn't gotten that kill, Llama would have been the only one left. And just, wow, you don't often see flanks like that be that successful.
No.
And to see Valde just pull that off, what a gamble and what a play.
That was, I think what happened there is Vlad came in through the back and he got that first kill and nobody knew where it was coming from. And everybody was scrambling on Alchemists to figure out where the hell is this guy coming from, but it was too late. He came in quick and fast and he was just knocking people. And then that team kill really helped.
Not bring us to a 2-2.
Not that I think that team kill, if that team kill hadn't have come out, I think Vladi it created so much chaos from the backside. I don't know if they had a chance anyhow, to be honest. That team kill certainly didn't help. So what do you think on this one then, LV? How do you think we're going to play this backside of Maul here?
Well, we know that LatinForce needs a Marsoc round if they're going to take this. And this is their map. They're in the same position that they were in with Downfall. They know that they have to win at least one Marsoc round. And this is where they picked it up in Downfall. It'll be interesting to see if they do the same thing in Quarantine. And here we are with what is probably the quickest spawn you can get with this. They'll be coming in from the north very quickly onto the defenders. Llama pushing out quickly towards money trucks. Does make it past the initial push from Marsoc. Is in a good position to swing around and get behind the Marsoc players here.
Oh, Llama with that suppressed weapon takes El Argentino down from the backside. However, even though it is suppressed, they're going to know that somebody's back here. So, oh no, Llama of Death unfortunately didn't snap quick enough around Carlos's position, and Carlos did get the drop on Llama, taking Llama's flank out.
That is much more common what we see with those type of flank plays from the defense, and does end us with a 4v4 here. Placencia able to pick up Mech.
Now Vlad making a wide push around on this west side right now. Passing the gas station, making his way up to the ground floor of the hospital. I don't think anybody's going to expect such a wide maneuver here from anybody on the Marstock team. Moving through the hospital garage. I mean, he couldn't flank any further to the outskirts of this map. Going to be interesting to see if they're actually prepared for this. Do have Squid up on the second floor, that tower there on the side. Could be the downfall. As I say that, Squid leaves his location, and Vlad has spotted him out. Vlad is throwing shots down there and trades out with Squid. So Vlad's push unfortunately didn't work out as expected. So now we're on a 3-on-2. Only 2 people defending this objective right now, with Ninja put out into the mall and leaving Llama on the motel and absolutely nobody on objective.
Yeah, nobody really has eyes on objective. They're covering a couple of the approaches, but there are definitely routes here to get a cap. With where LatinForce is right now, those routes aren't exactly available to them. But still dangerous positioning from Alchemist.
Yeah, Alchemists are gonna... gosh, they've got some great lines onto the objective from where they are. However, if somebody does in fact make it in there, it's a long way to crash back to counter a cap. As always,
Ninja's kind of corrected his positioning here. He's got eyes on objective now. It's going to make the cap a lot harder to come out. And we see some C4 right behind him there, but I don't know if he's the one that has the clicker for that. I don't see one on him. Some shots from Carlos. Laughing Coffin might know he's there, but he also might not. That Virtus, very hard to pin down where the noise is coming from.
It's very quiet. It's a very quiet gun. Gosh, can that thing throw bullets downrange? Lentis is making a crash into the OBJ right now. Laughing Coffin taking Carlos down. Lentis is on objective. And I don't think Ninja can see it. Laughing Coffin gets him in the back.
Yeah, great job returning to his line. Laughing Coffin stopping that cap from coming out and ending things right here. And now we're down to just one LatinForce, as Griote has to make it through Laughing Coffin if he's going to get to that objective.
It's going to be a tough one. Laughing Coffin's got a great line here. Cody doesn't have a lot of time. 1 minute and 49 seconds on the clock. That will get him across the street, but he's going to get head-to-head here with Ninja, unfortunately, inside here. Ninja's going to be hearing all of these footsteps. He's probably waiting for them to come around, and they trade out. But nice trade, putting a point on the board for the Alchemists. Put them a point closer.
They're going to slow things down for LatinForce, and now Alchemists have put themselves in a great position to be able to take this final map and the series. LatinForce going to need 2 more rounds successfully in a row. They cannot afford to lose any more if they are going to take things for LatinForce.
You've got to try and put your head into Alchemist's brains right now. Think what they're going to be doing. Will they try for the cap, or will they just try for the kills and win? But that's a tough one. I personally would probably slow the cap side of things down and just try and get the picks out of this, just to win the map and win the series, because it's all or nothing at this point. What are your thoughts, Selby?
I think both teams are going to be inside of their own heads here quite a bit, because we are on track to come down to a round 7 map 3 decider like we were hoping for. We could see that here very soon as we continue to trade Marsoc rounds back and forth.
Yep, it's been back and forth throughout all 3 maps so far. This certainly hasn't been a close series. Well, certainly has been a close series, rather. This hasn't been any one team saying, hey, look, we're so much better than the other team, and we've just proven that. These are well-matched teams, and they've made that inevitably clear down on the field with these close rounds. We're going down potentially the last round. Keep your fingers crossed, we might go to round 7. Okay.
Looks like we got some mirror spawns going on.
Send it here.
And, yeah, Alchemists are saying, let's send it here. That sounds like they might be going for the cap, guys.
Holy shit, we're all the way over here. Yep.
Yeah, they're a long way away from doing anything spectacular off the bat here, mind you. But you've got a 2-2-1 again. Like Mech has taken his Lonesome Warrior self all the way down south. Laughing Coffin is just split off and is going north. He might meet up with Squid there in the north. Llama taking a higher ground spot to see if we get any snipe shots with this. He's blocking the LMG. I think it was Llama. Him and Ninja are pushing down middle. Mech is already up close to the hospital. Mech is in the hospital. It's going to take the rooftop by the looks of things. See if we can get any pics from top of. How's LatinForce looking there, LV? Are they pretty tucked in?
They seem to be running their 4 of us stay on objective, and Valde goes for the flank play again. Super successful last round. This time, I don't think we're going to see people passing in the night, though, as Valde is about to run headlong into Laughing Coffin and Squid.
Squid does get the refrag instantly, so that was a 1-for-1. And Laughing Coffin is just down, so Squid will get the revive on him. So unfortunately for Lad, that didn't work out as good this time around, but good effort.
Yeah, this time basically leaves us 4v5. Not even able to get the confirm there means that Alchemists are definitely going to be up in tempo here, getting map control with that failed flank in the top.
Let's take a look over here. So we got El Argentino in the second floor of the motel, got eyes down onto the money trucks, just leaves its spot, just as Laughing Coffin comes around the corner. Unfortunate. He is coming back. He might catch out Laughing Coffin here. That window. Let's just look on Tino's perspective. He is going to get Laughing Coffin. Unfortunately, he's not going to get the second, but he does call out the second over there. Squid is called out on the money trucks there. Argentino does get one down with a call out on the second. Means that Squid is probably going to change his tactics. He is backing off from money trucks area, leaving Argentino just to watch that. But then he takes Llama of Death out there on the center. I think they were still making the center push. Ninja Salad, which was, I believe, Llama's wingman, has eyes on objective building. Has eyes on the second story of the objective building, which is where Carlos is, but Mech knocks Carlos, but it is just a down. So Carlos is down in center building. That's objective building. Great place to get call-outs. LV, have you seen where Guayoti is? Kind of underground, just hanging out.
Yeah, the underground parking structure here is a dangerous place to defend from, but it is also a kind of a vulnerability on this objective, so it makes sense to be there early. But now that they are hearing some fire coming between them and objective, it would really be the time to move. That said, El Argentino is able to down Ninja, who was pushing close to the objective there.
Down to Squid.
Carlos still giving some good call-outs, but we are down to just Squid left for Alchemist.
Squid's got an uphill battle here with El Argentino. Really got him pinned down from that motel location. And I think we have Placenio over on the tower as well on that other side. Isn't going to help. Ninja is just downed, and he's down in the middle of the road, which means he gets some amazing call-outs from there. But he's not going to do any more than that. Oh, unfortunate Guote! Takes down Squid. Hey, guess what, guys? Guess what? Round 7 decider. Map decider.
It all comes down to this. We get a new objective.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to be defending the inside of the crash building here. And
no! What an objective for round 7.
yeah, this one is definitely a volatile objective. You can cap from so many different places on here. Alchemist have their work cut out for them. And I mean, it all comes down to this. This is the last round, last map, deciding the series. This is what it all comes down to.
This is a crazy ass objective, guys. So you don't even need to be. You can cap outside the building. You know, if you can get up to this wall, you're capping right here. You can cap from upstairs, up here, and obviously you can cap in the building by the objective. But why would you? Because if you can get smokes to the outside of this building down here, cap a rapper all day long, my people. And I don't know what's going to be going through their heads on this, to be really honest with you, LV. Are they going to be thinking cap, or are they going to be thinking, let's just play this cautiously and just go for kills, because this is make or break. This is like the whole shebang in the friggin' bin right now. It's make or break. And I don't know if cap's going to be in their mind. What do you think?
They haven't really been going for the cap thus far, so I mean, just playing for the picks definitely seems like their cup of tea. But with this particular objective, that could be shaking up their confidence in that plan, because this one is so capable. We could see it come out even if it wasn't their plan to begin with.
And here we go. Round 7, my people. So that is it. This is round decider, map decider, series decider. It's all on the line, and it's happening right now. Stay tuned for the action that's about to ensue down here on Quarantine. Let's follow along with LatinForce to start with to see what kind of push we're going to get. We're going to get a 2-2-1 split. Looks like Vlad is going out and is lonesome again, with El Argentino pushing out with Guote up to the north there, with a south push coming in from Carlos and Piencia. Let's jump over to our guys down there in the south west and see what kind of defense we've got. We've got Laughing Coffin up on the second story of the impact building. We do have Ninja on the center building. They've already made it to the outskirts of hospital. Where do we have the rest of these guys? We've got Mech down at White Car by gas station. Looks like Mech's pushing into the gas station right now. Got a wide defense going on right now. So let's take a quick look at that map. Look at that map overhead. Wow, we do have one. We have one on objective right now. Gunfire coming out.
Shots coming out from Valde, yeah.
Looks like Llama down there on the... Oh, yeah. Guote does take Llama out. Mech getting Carlos down there on the south side by the gas station. And El Argentina and Vlad here pushing this north pretty hard. Vlad all the way down to the outskirts.
Paciencia able to pick up Mech as he rotated towards the hospital at a gas station.
Did Squid see Vlad come through here? I think Squid's got a nice line. Yeah, Squid does get Vlad as he tries to push through the warehouse. Leaves only 3 left for LatinForce to try and push in here. El Argentino up here on the white car just outside the building. If we can see across. I think
Wow, Placencia is making a lot of noise below Ninja Salad in the center building here. Ninja's got to be aware of that position.
Oh, and all those call-outs going on. Yeah, Ninja definitely knows he's down there. And Ninja being super quiet. Oh, no! El Argentino snipes Ninja out of the building. That must have been... I'm wondering if Palencia heard it. He did give some call-outs. And I wonder if he heard somebody up there and called it out in Spanish, so I had no idea what he said. And that was the kill shot right there. Ninja is down. And
LatinForce now up 3-2. This objective is difficult to cover alone, and that could mean we see some rotations coming out, which could be the end of Alchemist. Ooh, but Laughing Coffin taking Placencia. El Argentino now getting to the objective.
Oh, Laughing Coffin taking shots. Unfortunately, nothing lands. El Argentino taking Laughing Coffin down, leaving 1 left. And Squid is not on objective. Squid and Argentino. Argentino taking Squid down, taking the round, taking the map, taking the series. LatinForce for the win, people!
LatinForce take the series. What a match.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, LatinForce versus Alchemist. First game of the season for these teams, and it is a close one.
That was impressive end to that match. LatinForce coming in hot and heavy there. Getting their picks. Unfortunately, we don't speak Spanish, but I think Palace was calling in Llama up there, and that's what got Llama killed in center building, which opened everything up, and then it was just crash, smoke in from there. That was almost a cap as well. I don't know what to say. What's your take on this entire series here, LV? How do you think it went?
Yeah, I don't think we could have asked for a closer matchup than these two teams. Just constantly bringing us to, map around 7s across the board. Just tying things up constantly, the back and forth. They just kept us on the edge of our seats all night.
Yeah, it was impressive. I had a great time watching these guys play. I hope. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. LV, thank you for co-casting with me. You're amazing as always. And hopefully we can get another one in the bag for you. There's a lot of casts going on this week. The truly remarkable Nightfire is picking up a few this weekend, so make sure you tune into VRML 1 from that. I think I'm not too sure what happened with the Rome and Era 404 match. That may be over by now, but I'm looking forward to going back and watching the VODs on that one. I think that was probably going to be an exceptional match and round for them, like this was for the team. Make sure though to thank your casters whenever you're in a lobby with them. They do give up their personal time for you guys to make sure you get some live Onward action down here on the VRML maps. And I think that's it for right now. Big shout out to our sponsors. So much none of this would be possible without you guys. Thank you so much. But any last words, LV?
Just looking forward to an exciting season as we kick things off here. And just, again, thanks everybody for being here. You're why we do this.
Exactly. Just a quick recap here. So Downfall, long range match 4-2 in favor of LatinForce, 3-5 with that great cap at the end there for Alchemist, and almost a cap to finish off Quarantine, but they do come in with the win for Quarantine there, 4-3 in favor of LatinForce, giving LatinForce the series a 2-1 map decider. Great job. That's me, IdentityCrisisVR. You can call me ID. I'm checking out for the night, and my co-caster, LordVisceral. We will see you on the next one. Hope you've had a good time. Stay frosty, my friends. See you next time.